Yeah, no,
Good evening. Welcome to the No Borders Indigenous Theater Company. Tonight we're doing a reading of 3 one-act plays. We're very honored that Coup Art Gallery has offered this space for us tonight. We hope you enjoy the readings. I do take no donation, okay. But we hope you enjoy the reading. The first play we'd like to offer for you tonight is called Raising Gas Money. Raising Gas Money by William S. Yellowrobe Jr. Time, late 1960s afternoon. Place, the living room of Eva St. Germain's house. Characters, Eva St. Germain, a woman in her late 20s. Mina Cloud, a woman in her late 20s. Thelma Rose, a woman in her 20s. Eva, Thelma, and Mina sit on a couch. They are going through small cardboard boxes and coffee tins. The purses are turned inside out, sitting on top of the coffee table.
Gee, I was hoping we'd find something.
Not even a penny.
Your mice must have beat you to it, eh?
What time is Gerald supposed to be here, Eva?
I know, cousin. Why don't I go ask my sister Mabel? She might have some money. She won that small pot at bingo last Saturday.
No, thank you, Mina. I brought enough already.
It shouldn't take that much to fill up Robert's car. He has one of those tiny ones.
I know. I thought it was a play kids car when I saw it.
He might not have any gas in it at all.
Well, we could push his bug all the way up to the agency.
And put you on the hood of it with a lighter for lights, eh?
Well, we won't make it to the agency on time.
How did you find out the check was there?
Teddy Rhodes came by the house this morning and he asked me if I received my lease check yet.
He's broke too. That woman he's with, is he still with that Ruth Jones?
I never liked her. Everyone went to high school, but she dropped out and went to thigh school. The way that one behaves. I didn't like her then. I don't like her now.
Oh, gee. Maybe you should have snagged him when they had the chance, ain't Back at last celebration?
His neck always looks so funny somehow.
Like a turkey. One of those young old guys.
Oh, more like a tree trunk.
You would have given him so many hickeys, his neck would look like a rose bush.
No way, you.
I suppose his neck would be the last thing he'd be worried about if he'd married him.
I know, I heard her.
I'm just teasing you.
Must be nice to be married. You can talk like that when you're married.
That's not the only thing, eh? You guys shouldn't get me going then.
Anyways, Teddy came by and asked me if I received my lease check yet. He said he heard a bunch of them arrived from Billings about 3 weeks ago.
Did you call?
Yeah, I went over to my mom's house and used her phone. I called the BIA and they said it was on my individual monies account and the superintendent had signed off on it.
How much, Eva?
It's about $1,000.
Gee, you'll be rich, cousin. That's a lot of money.
And that's just your money? No one else is in it?
Yeah, I was wondering why my brother Harold came by yesterday. He was hitting around about this new rifle he saw in AJ's the other day. How winter is coming and he knows how we all like deer ribs. He said if he could get the rifle, he could bring me all the deer that I want. I told him Gerald brings me all the deer I want. He's my husband. Harold just sat there looking down. I didn't want him to feel so bad, so I told him I'd help him if I could.
What happened to his leaser? Doesn't he have a leaser too?
Yeah, he was given $1,500, but he borrowed so much from his leaser and the tribes, he spent it all on himself and Roberta's kids. He's broke. His next payment won't come until next August.
What you gonna do with all that money, Eva?
I'm going to pay off all our bills. Then I'm going to make a down payment on a phone. Make a down payment on Gerald's truck. I might have enough money to buy it.
Does Gerald know about that lease check?
No, him and Skeety, they went out this morning to get wood. I think they said they were going to look at the river for some fishing spots this summer.
Ew. How can he hang out with that Skeety? You can smell him coming a mile away.
He's always sitting in his truck at the celebrations, watching the girls walking to the restrooms and to the arbor.
You should tell Gerald to stop hanging around with him.
He isn't that bad. He made those shelves for us.
I don't like him. And we're supposed to be related. He always looks funny at me sometimes.
Well, the next time your boyfriend Elmer acts up, you can always tell him there's another set of eyes watching you.
You.
It sure would be nice to pay back my parents.
What about Gerald's folks? They have money, don't they? We could ask them if they could give us some money for gas.
No, they'll tell Gerald.
Maybe you could tell him you want to buy some beef?
Or that you have a job and need to drive to work, buy lunch, stuff like that.
No, that would be lying to them. I don't want to do that.
They have money enough, ain't it?
No, they gave most of their money to Gerald's brothers and his sister Jana.
Are they enrolled here?
His older brother Dukes is enrolled at Fort Belknap. His sister is enrolled at Fort Totten.
But the rest of them are in it.
I think so. Why are you asking?
Well, I just heard different things is all. I heard the mother was married a lot.
No, that isn't true. You shouldn't say those things if you're my friend.
Well,
Mama.
I didn't mean it that way, not bad or nothing.
She didn't mean it that way, Eva. I know she says things, but Stone was not that way. We're just worried about Gerald.
Oh, you guys, don't worry about it. I don't even have the money. Do you think he's going to go crazy when we get this money?
It isn't the money, it's what he'll buy and what he drinks, what he'll do.
He's not that bad. Not like he was 2 years ago. He's gotten better.
We're just concerned about you and kids, Eva, that's all.
Don't then. I'll be all right.
Hey, have you checked his stuff for some change?
No, he went through it last night to get gas money for him and Skeety's trip.
If I had some money, I would leave the res. I'm thinking I still might do it.
Yeah, right. Oh, I suppose, Mina.
No, really. I was thinking of moving to Great Falls, the big city, eh?
Why, Mina?
I was going to go to school there, take some medical training and become a nurse. I would get my degree and come back and help my mom. When I told my mom what I wanted to do, she said, "You don't need any degree to help me, my girl." I thought she was going to cry. Both my mom and my dad told me I shouldn't leave. They told me I don't know anybody there. I wouldn't have any money. They said I barely have enough to live here on the res.
What did you say to your mom?
And I told her, "Gee, Mom, I live here on the res and I don't have any money. What's the difference? At least I'll have a degree and I can work with you so you aren't always dependent on those IHS doctors and nurses who don't know anything." But you know how parents are.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, I have to come up with some money or Gerald will be here soon and it'll be too late.
You have anything to hide?
No, Gerald put his rifle in over a month ago. We're going to have to get that out.
I used to have a pair of moccasins, but they're hostage in the fort now too.
Remember that funny-looking small old white man who used to come around trying to trade that broken electrical junk for beadwork?
Hey, the one that made you smile real big when he came to your house.
Nuh-uh.
I'm just teasing you.
I have some necklaces I can... No, I don't.
What's wrong? Did you sell them already?
Yeah, I forgot. I gave them to my cousin Ernie to take with him to Canada. He said he would bring back something for my dad.
Oh, shoot. You should have just given him a couple of blocks of cheese and a lot of that powdered eggs and potatoes. He could use stuff like that to trade with. My cousin came down from Canada last summer, and they really went to town on that stuff.
One of my nieces will be for it too.
No, this is going to be special for my dad.
Oh well. One pair of your earrings would get $20.
How is your dad doing, Mina?
I'm not supposed to talk about it. But the last time he went to the agency hospital, the doctors told him he has cancer.
Oh, Mina, I'm sorry to hear it.
My uncle's going to talk with some men in Canada and we'll bring back something for my dad.
Those IHS doctors don't always know. They could be wrong. When John Francis went in because he hurt his wrist, they told him it was just a sprain. Turned out it was broken. They could be wrong.
You know what, you guys? I'm scared. I don't want anything bad to happen to my dad. What will happen to my mom?
Don't worry, Mina. It'll work out.
Now I feel real bad.
Cousin, Eva, I have a question to ask you.
Mina?
No, let her ask.
Could you, if you get Gerald's truck fixed, drive my dad to the hospital in Bismarck? My dad might have to go there for treatment.
I will. I'll make sure he goes. You're my little sister. I'll do this for you.
Look it. I found $1.
Where'd you find it?
I lied. I was holding on to it. I was going to buy some thread, but you can have it, Eva.
Gee, how much do we have?
I'll give us $6. That'll be enough for gas money.
Eva,
Yeah, Mina.
when you cash your check and Gerald starts acting funny, you can come and stay with me and my folks. Well, if anything turns bad for you, you can always stay with us anytime.
Thank you, Mina.
Come on, Mina. We'll take care of you, your dad, everybody. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Don't think that we'll forget you, or even Eva. Maybe it's because you guys are getting old, but not me, eh?
When I get that age, I'm going to have the agency police to keep Skeety away from the celebration grounds.
Not that bad.
Have them keep Skeety at Thelma's house.
They'll think I'm butchering when people pass by and smell him.
I guess one of these days I'll go to Great Falls.
One of these days, sister. But for now, this is why you can't leave here. We're your family, and we'll help you here when you're near us.
Building a Barbie Doll by William S. Yellowrobe Jr. Characters: Ruth, a young woman in her late teens. Velvet Ray, Ruth's mother, a woman in her late 30s. Time: early 1970s. Place: Velvet's house, Ruth's bedroom, and a few other hidden places. Ruth runs into her bedroom. She holds a wrapped towel on her head.
Where is it? Where is it?
Ruthie, my girl, come here.
Elmer said he'd be here. Where is he? I'm coming, Mom.
What you doing?
Nothing. I was just washing my hair.
What did you do in this sink? Ruth!
Nothing, Mom. I spilled some stuff. I cleaned out a few things in the sink.
What you spilled? Did you cut yourself?
No, I'm all right.
Well, come here.
Wait a while, Mom. I'll be right there.
What's going on?
Nothing, Mom. Just stay there, okay?
Oh, this girl.
Stay right there, Mom, okay?
Ruth's door opens and Velvet appears.
Oh, Qua, what are you doing?
Nothing, Mom.
How long ago did you wash your hair?
Just a little while ago.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're not lying in it.
I would never lie to you, Mom. You know that. Gee, I'm not like some people. Gary's always lying to you and Dad.
That's Gary. I'm asking you.
No, I'm not lying.
What's wrong with your head? Are you going to be wearing that towel on your head until the next celebration?
No, my hair's wet.
What aren't you telling me, my girl?
Oh, nothing, Mom.
Velvet walks over to Ruth and removes the towel.
Ruthie, my girl, what did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing. Look at your hair. What did you do to your beautiful hair?
Dad's always telling us to try something different, so I did.
Your dad didn't mean this. He was saying that because your kids didn't want to eat tripe.
Well, this is sort of the same thing.
What do we call you now, tripe head? Oh, Ruthie, my girl, why did you do this?
Won't be like this forever, Mom. It'll turn back to its original color.
Why did you do this, my girl? Why? Were you ashamed of your hair?
No, Mom, it's not that bad.
Your hair was so beautiful.
I know it, but I just wanted to change it. A couple of the other girls have already done it.
Who?
Connie Walks, Lisa Rose, a couple of others.
And their mothers let them do this?
Yes. Well, I don't know at first. Probably not.
Did they ask their moms if they could do this?
I don't know.
I'm very angry with you, Ruth.
Well, don't be, Mom. I'm nearly of age now.
This isn't right.
It won't last forever. I was just getting sick of my hair.
So you did this because you got mad at your hair? That's so stupid, Ruth.
You never did anything like this before, Mom. I kind of doubt it.
Not by my own hands. But yes, I had something like this done before.
Oh, is this one of those Indian things again?
No. It's what our people had to go through so you kids could go around with your long hair. It wasn't those hippies who made that possible.
What are you talking about, Mom?
If your dad sees your hair, he wants you to cut it.
No, he can't do that, Mom.
Why this color, my girl? Why?
Don't you like it, Mom? I think it's pretty. I showed Connie and she thinks it's really cool.
Connie's like her mother, ringy.
If you don't want me to tell you, I won't then.
Who else likes this?
A few of my friends.
When did you do this?
When you and Dad went to Poplar this morning, Connie and Lisa came over to the house and helped me.
After we told you not to allow anybody in the house.
But they're my friends and they helped me with my hair.
Your hair was so beautiful, Ruthie.
It was black. Now it's better.
I know what your dad will say when he sees it.
No, he won't do that, Mom.
He'll say you can't take care of your hair and he'll want you to cut it. He'll get mad at me for allowing you to do this.
He won't. Besides, what does he have to say in this?
He's your dad.
Those other girls didn't have their dad cut their hair.
They don't have dads. Connie's father left her mother when she was only 7 years old. Lisa's father left her family 3 years ago. He wasn't much of anything. Your father has worked hard for this family. He watches over all of us. He isn't like some of these other men. You show your father and me respect by doing this?
Oh, it's not that bad, Mom. You're making it sound worse than it is.
Why did you do this, my girl? I don't understand it.
Something else the other kids are doing. We get tired of looking the way we do when we go to school.
And that's why you did this?
Well, no, that's not the only reason why.
What else is there?
Don't you think it looks good, Mom? Connie and Lisa have long hair too, but they think my hair is really pretty. Don't you think so, Mama?
Your hair is beautiful, but it's not the only thing that makes you beautiful. If it was pretty, now you made it ugly.
I can't talk to you, Mom, especially when you're like this.
If you don't like the color of your skin because you don't fit in with the white kids in school, what you gonna do next? Bleach your skin? You'll never be white. Get used to the fact that you're Indian. Nothing will change that.
I didn't say that, Mama.
I'm trying to think of why you would do this to yourself.
I wanted to change, Mom.
Don't talk back to me, Ruthie.
Mama, you don't understand. All the other girls have hair like me.
That's because you're Indian.
But I want to be different.
Why?
Because I have more to offer than just long, straight black hair. I have more to give than just hair.
I know you do, my girl. You didn't have to do this, though.
I hated at the celebrations when the white tourists come by and try to grab my hair. Oh, for an Indian girl, you have beautiful hair. And those stupid white girls at school are always trying to grab my hair like I'm some dog. I don't like it, Mom.
It won't always be that way, Ruth. Times are changing. You're 17. This is 1973. Things won't be like this forever. It was a lot different when I was your age.
You always say that, Mom. You never tell me why. I don't understand what you're saying half the time.
Come here, my girl. Sit with me.
Crosses to the bed and sits with Velvet.
When we went to school, it was in the late 50s. Not all of us went to boarding school. Some of us went to the local school here when it was made possible. When the blacks made that fight, it made it possible for us to go to school here. I stayed here in town and went to school. The school nurse would examine us at the beginning of school. If she found one student with lice, she would cut their hair. Emily Stans, she was my friend. She used to stay with her father in this old cabin outside of town. Her father was a hunter, and they didn't have store-bought items. He would tan hides. She didn't have cloth sheets. She had robes of elk, deer, even beaver pelts. She was the only student in school who had beaver gloves. When she came to school, the school nurse would examine her first. She'd find lice. She would not only cut her hair, but all of us. Some of the other Indian kids would make fun of her and her father. They treated her mean. I didn't. I knew her father and her didn't have much. They weren't dirty. Not like some of these other ones who moved to the res. But they had a rough time. That school nurse would cut the boys' hair real short, and then cut ours just as short. The white kids would make fun of us and call us dirty Indians. My father hated to send me to school. When I was of age, he took me out.
But that was a long time ago, Mom. It's not that bad anymore.
You've been out of grade school a long time, my girl. Your father isn't home because he went to the council to get one of them to talk with the school board. They are doing it again. It was Vincent Bear's son who they found lice on, and they cut the hair of all the Indian kids. Just the Indian kids.
Well, why is Dad mad? He doesn't have anything to do with it.
This is the other thing, my girl. You have this skin color and this hair. There are some of these kids who are breeds, and they don't have your skin or hair color. They have light-colored hair, green or blue eyes. They are treated real mean sometimes. They don't deserve it. No matter what they say about being Indian, they won't be accepted. You see them at the celebrations, ceremonies, gatherings. They want to let people know they are a part of us. At one time, it wouldn't have mattered what their color was, only what was in their hearts. There are some who don't want to be Indian. They are breeds. And even some of these full-bloods, your cousins, who act white and are ashamed to be an Indian. If these ones could bleach themselves white, they would do it. It is hard to be ourselves at times. To try to be the best you can be for yourself is a very hard thing. It is hard to be the best of yourself for your people. It isn't what is on the outside, but the inside. You can never bleach your heart.
If we're supposed to be this way, then why do the guys always chase after the white girls?
Sometimes they weren't raised right. They don't know what they're doing. I know I've seen a couple of those white tourist women falling over your father when he's in his dancing outfit. But I don't think anything of it, because your father is a very good man. He won't disrespect me or his people. Those young boys are always chasing after things they can't have. It makes them chase harder. Remember your cousin Henry? He married a white woman when he got out of the service. Brought her back here. After 3 years, she left him. She wasn't going to make it out here. She tried to get him to return with her to the city, but this is where his people are, and he stayed.
Elmer sure likes to look at those white girls. I caught him a couple times staring away. I went over and flipped his lip.
It amazes me because for me and your grandmother, we didn't have that problem. For us, it was not marrying into this tribe or marrying from that tribe. Now it's so different.
Do you think Dad will want me to cut my hair?
Yes? I don't know. This isn't a good time to ask him. He's still fighting for these other kids. I would wait.
Are you mad at me?
No. I'm disappointed. I thought you would know better about trying to be something you're not. We're still going through a change of life. So many things are new and happening here for all of us. We're being told how to act, how to talk, think, and what we should look like by people who can't even pronounce our tribe's name. My mother, your grandmother, would always say, there will come a time when we can be ourselves. I hope it's soon, but for you, Ruthie, from now on, my girl, talk with me, ask me. I'll try anything to help you when I can.
Blackout. That would never stop you.
Mona, how are you, dear?
Fine. I'm fine. I'm feeling good today, and I thought you might be stopping by. I haven't heard from you in a long time.
I'm sorry to hear about Will. He was a good politician, wasn't he?
Yes. Will was a good man. I miss him now and then. I thought I would follow him, but who knows? How is Justin?
Oh, mean as ever. He's getting into politics himself. He wants to run for the State House of Representatives.
Do you think he'll win?
I don't think he will. I think he knows it too, but it's something he always wanted to do. Justin wants to play politician now. He would have never thought like this 20 years ago.
Are you campaigning for him now?
No, he couldn't pay me to do that. He could afford it, though. They've just discovered a third well on his land.
I remember traveling with Will all around the reservation, passing out cards and visiting with people. I didn't mind it. It was a chance for me to visit relatives I didn't see too often.
Yes, you know how men are.
No shame. Some of them have no shame at all.
Oh, you've been keeping yourself busy. That's good. I see you're still making star quilts. No one could match your work, Mona. That's a fact.
My niece would be jealous if she heard you say that. Luann, this isn't mine. No, I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, what is it that you got a hold of there in your hands, Mona, eh?
You've been away for a long time, Luann. Everybody else knows why but you. I can't see.
What?
It's a diabetes.
My.
I lost my sight over 2 years ago. My niece Kim comes to the house to take care of me. I haven't sewn in a long time. This is some of her work. She doesn't even know I have it. I'm surprised no one has told you.
I haven't been out and about as much as I used to. I'm so sorry, Mona. I would never imagine you getting that disease. You were always working. Even now, look at you. It makes me feel so sad.
So am I, but just a little, not a lot. In a way, I kind of feel lucky. You should see how diabetes affects others. Kim, she just started this pattern today. I thought I'd feel it over and find out how she's coming along on it.
Well, I'm glad that someone is looking out for you. I haven't seen one of my relatives in a long time. Oh, now I know why our parents were thankful for the holidays.
Oh, there are a lot of people who come and check in to see how I'm making it through the day.
30 years, Mona? I still haven't come across a person who matches your work. It seems you're the only one I know who knows what quality is. Came here to ask you for a favor again. Now, I don't even know how I can do it. It seems so easy, but now...
What's wrong, Luann? Oh, it's one of those visits again?
Mona, JJ is going to be having a campaign rally at the Elks. I wanted something to have in the background, and you're the only one I know.
The only Indian you know?
No, that isn't true, Mona. I need your help, and I came to you because I would rather turn to a friend instead of a stranger. And that is a mean thing to say to me, Mona, after all these years.
Luann, why haven't you asked one of those other women who used to work with us on that project? You know why? They won't even answer their door when you come. I know. It's the truth. But really, Luann, when you come down to it, what I'm saying to you now and comparing it to some of the other things you said to me when we first met, it really isn't. Have you ever learned to say the name of my people correctly after all these years?
Oh, why, yes. Assiniboine. It took me forever, but I learned it. As a friend, it was the least I could do.
That's good to hear.
You have to remember that not a lot of people have heard of your tribe before. After the first day I met with some of the ladies of the Elks, and even though they had been here with their families for years, some of them have never heard of your tribe. Isn't that funny? We know the name of every cow from our herds, but don't even know the proper names of our neighbors.
And if they have never heard of the Assiniboine, we never existed. It seems to be like that for all Indian people. Moo. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. It reminds me of the time when my boy was in school. He came back and he asked me if Indian people were around before Columbus, or did Columbus get here first, and then we came. It doesn't seem to mean anything at the schools or in this country until a white person does it or knows it. And until that happens, it seems we get pushed aside.
Mona, why are you always talking like this? You never used to talk like this before.
I never did because I didn't want to get into trouble. When you first came here, I thought you were from the BIA. If I didn't treat you right, I thought you would take away my kids. And as years went along, well, I didn't want to hurt you. I would see the hurt look in your face, but now I'm old. I can say anything I want.
That's my point, Mona. I don't know what you're talking about. Here we are, sharing the same country, shopping at the same stores, buying the same foods, but not eating the same foods. I still, to this day, can't get used to the idea of eating bannock.
You know what, Luann? I just realized everything in this world is hidden from me. I can't see it anymore. So why tell a lie and hide the truth about how I feel and what I think? Hiding it, especially from myself. I can't see the hurt in people's faces anymore. But being blind has taught me something else. I can feel the pain, even my own. You know what's really funny though? This morning I was washing my hands, and for the first time I could feel my knuckles and how swollen they've become. I could feel my fingers ache from doing all that sewing. When Will couldn't get a job, the house was so cold, even my fingernails ached. Hey, not that bad. The years are catching up with me, Luann. Let me ask you something. If it wasn't for wanting that star quilt, would you have ever come to an Indian home or kept on returning to my house?
What a thing to say.
I just wanted to know. It's something Will used to tell me all the time, and I started to believe it too.
Stop coming to your house because you're an Indian? Oh, that's foolish. Wait, that isn't true to a point. I don't know, Mona. I might have, when I couldn't get a quilt, but I have thought of you from time to time.
Then why didn't you come to visit me when you didn't want a star quilt?
Like I said, I've thought about coming to visit lots of times.
Then why didn't you?
Because among our people, we seem to need reasons for everything we do. Practical reasons. Something always came up. Remember, I raised kids and worked.
We all have, Luann. And that's the first time you've ever heard me say something like that. I have something I've always wanted to say to you, but I didn't, because I didn't know how you would take it. When you first came here, you just walked right into my house without even knocking. I didn't mind, because I've had other white people do that. Even some Indians do that, but they stop when they realize they've done something wrong. You never asked me why I made star quilts. You were more concerned about how you could get your hands on one. Money wasn't a big thing because you had money. But with all of this, you still never understood or asked why I made star quilts. You may not even want to hear this now. But when I was young, I used to do a lot of beadwork a long time ago. Then I got my medicine and received something special to work on into the quilts. This job of yours led me off my path, the right path. Star quilts are beautiful because they have one color, and all the different shades of that color lead them to the center, to the heart. That's why I made these quilts. They came from my heart. I wanted to share this gift with people because it really made different ones happy. How can you sell something that comes from your heart? It has to be given. I told you the very first day I didn't want to sell you one for your senator. I didn't even know him. You came here today wanting another star quilt. You just, like a lot of other people, imagine we don't understand you. Look at those Indians, they're different. They dress like us, but they aren't really like us, is what I've heard. That's true, we're different from you. That's why I always tried to help you. I didn't want to let our differences become a barrier. I really wanted to know who and what you were. And that's because we both live here in this world. Deer, badgers, even a grasshopper will live near one another, though they are not the same, but each is valuable and necessary in completing the larger circle. I never found out who else you might be, Luann, besides what little of that one side of you I saw. And now that I'm older, I realize I don't know you and you don't know me. Not one thing about me. It makes me feel bad to say this to you. I don't have any more star quilts for you. I gave you the last one a long, long time ago, and you didn't even know it. We've both grown old and pitiful, but pitiful not because we're old. Pitiful that we've been here for so long and still don't know anything about one another. And that makes me feel real sad.
She gets up and wraps her shawl around the wind. Mona, can we ever be friends? I feel so empty, cold.
Warm yourself, Luann. At least it could be a start.
Blackout.
We're going to take a few minutes and do a post-show discussion. We'll try to, let's invite the cast out one more time for all three shows, please. Yes, I'll serve as moderator, so if you have any questions about the work, the themes, anything, feel free to ask.
You have any comments about Luann?
It would be great to see you in production. Is there a production plan?
Yes. That's all I can say. I'm making it up as I go along. No, eventually we're going to do, for No Borders Indigenous Theater Company, we're going to do one more reading, probably in July, and then we'll shut down and then look at the possibilities of one more reading during the Montana Festival of the Book, and either in October, November, December.
I think it was a little scary for us because none of us have any training in this. You know, so getting up in front of you guys was a little hard to do.
Thank you, she did a great job.
Yeah.